Ozzy Osbourne, one of the greatest frontman ever.
Look at this. Look at that. Look at you, my man.
Let me soak you in, man. Let me look at you. Let me look at you.
Certainly is
Let me just
loud.
look at you.
What's the matter? You falling in love with me or something?
Well, let me stare at you, man. I'm not falling in love with you.
It's Howard Stern. I mean, Howard Stern's like a legend in his own right, you know.
Why do I love your life so much? I mean, it's just like out of control, Ozzy. It's just crazy. It's the craziest life ever, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
I got a call on Friday from the record guy. He said Ozzy was available.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, to come in on our show, which I was very honored because I'm a big fan of Ozzy. I've only interviewed Ozzy one other time. It's good to meet you because I've heard so many things about you. Now, Randy was your best friend?
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. I met him in 1979 in Los Angeles.
You were down and out? You were depressed?
Yeah, I just left Sabbath and it was kind of...
And you didn't have a guitar player?
No.
And then you had Randy.
I met Randy, yeah.
How'd you meet him?
I was drunk in a
What else is new? Yeah.
And I met him in the recording studio. It was such a tiny little thing. You know,
Who, Randy?
Ever such a small guy. But he was only about... He weighed about 102 pounds, when, you know.
Really?
And I heard him play and he blew me away when I heard him play.
And then you guys hooked up. Hey, but it was a strange accident. What happened to him? What happened? The bus was driving.
Weren't you on a bus?
The driver of the bus also was had a pilot's license, and we had to stop off at the bus depot to get something for the bus. I think it was a jack or something.
Right.
And he took Randy up to take an aerial shot of the bus photograph, and I suppose he was tired from the drive, and he smacked the plane into the bus and blew up into a house.
Wow.
The plane blew up.
Yeah, it hit a house. And
It hit a
exploded.
house.
Whoa, man.
It was a bummer, man.
I can imagine.
Most people don't know much about him because he was only with me for about 3 or 4 years before he got killed, you know.
Ozzy Osbourne's here.
I can't believe it. Ozzy Osbourne sitting in the studio with us.
Imagine that, man. You're sitting here in the studio with scum like us.
I feel right at home, yeah. My kind of people.
Yeah.
Sharon, you look fantastic. Ozzy?
It's costing me a ton of dough.
Really? What did Sharon do? This is Ozzy's wife, Sharon Osbourne.
I had a band put on my stomach.
It was called a rock and she went with a rock and roll band one night, you know. And she,
Shut up, you. I had a band.
Did you have a staple put in your stomach?
No, absolutely not. No, that's like antiquated. I had this new surgery where
She
it's
would. I mean,
shut up, you.
Ozzy, were you putting pressure on Sharon to lose weight?
No, absolutely not. I love my wife. Overweight, underweight. I love my wife.
You do, and the lovemaking has increased now. You must be pleased with the results.
My psychiatric medication, I can't get a bone in it.
Oh, you can't. That's sad.
I mean, I take like 15 Viagras every night, and by the time it kicks in, she's asleep.
You really do? You take that many Viagra?
Yeah, I like him. I can't like
He likes them.
But Ozzy, if you take,
I suck
He chews them.
Does he?
He
Does
does. He sucks them because he thinks they work quicker that way.
I like the taste of medication.
Is it really true that you need more Viagra than most men to get aroused? Is that really true?
No, not me. I just
15
like
Viagra. You're not kidding, I don't think.
No, I just like the taste of pills. These little purple, like diamond-shaped pills. I'm throwing them in like M&Ms, you know.
Sharon,
and then I end up lying like a tent pole and she's asleep.
so are you craving sex from other people?
No.
You're not. Sharon, what about you? Are you bored with Ozzy?
Never.
Why do you never
no.
have sex with him?
We do have sex.
Why do you
He
fall
loves
asleep?
To exaggerate.
Why do you
Because
fall
I'm
asleep?
When was the
pregnant.
last time we had sex?
I
Come on.
can't remember. It's not important. That's not.
That's
You should be
bad.
able to
When
remember.
was the last time we had sex?
About a month ago.
Liar.
Has
How
it been
long
longer?
was it, Ozzy?
He's just. Do you know what? He's just BSing. He wants to be dramatic.
Well, you guys have a great marriage. It's obvious to everyone here. And sex isn't necessary in every marriage. Sometimes it's just about friendship, isn't it? About being the closest friends. You guys are close friends.
It's not friends. It's more than
Right.
friends. We're
Yeah.
like one person.
I know, and I think that Ozzy really doesn't need the sex anymore because you don't get
Well,
erections.
we wouldn't mind it now and again.
You're right. You're still very much attracted to your wife, and you would.
It's not like we never have sex.
But if it's over a month, it's pretty bad. That's pretty bad, Sharon.
I'm trying to.
Do you think?
I
Yeah.
bet you Ozzy doesn't remember the last time.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't remember a lot.
He doesn't remember anything.
Is the lovemaking good when the two of you finally do it?
I don't know.
Yeah. Come on.
remember.
Is it good? Do you do anything special to Ozzy?
Of course.
Or is it always the same
She starts
thing?
doing business calls.
She's lying there doing
What's
business
the
calls?
favorite position?
Doggy.
Doggy.
Who you been with?
You know what I like about you, Ozzy?
What?
As a rock star, a lot of rock stars try to hide their family. They don't want people to know that they're family men. You embrace it. You bring your son here. You bring your wife here.
And the daughters have been
And
here.
the daughters have been here. You are not embarrassed to be a family man.
No, I am a family man, and
Yeah.
what's wrong with it? You know?
Nothing.
What's your son's name?
Jack.
Hey, Jack. How you doing? Nice to see you.
You too.
How cool is it having Ozzy as a dad?
Very cool.
Yeah, right?
What are you, Amy? You're 14 years old?
Yes.
And Kelly, you're 13?
Mm-hmm.
Does your dad use the F word a lot? Yeah, but you don't use it, right?
Only when I'm angry.
Right.
And how often are you angry?
Not very often.
So are you kids like freaked out by your dad?
No. No.
You're not? Because you know about his reputation. He's a wild man.
Yeah.
And your dad sat you down and told you all the stories about him biting off the head of a bat and everything and all that?
Please.
What? You don't believe it?
Oh, no, it's just so old.
But he had to sit down and tell it to you so you didn't hear it from the kids at school.
It's like, bite something else already.
Right on.
Second day at school, his kid comes up to me.
Did your dad bite the head off a bat?
And what'd you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
The worst thing is when Dad goes to a meeting at our school and falls asleep.
Oh, my.
Now that's good.
That's bad.
You're saying dad has to meet with the teachers?
Yeah, and then my mum goes, he's been up all night worrying about this meeting. He's very tired.
All the parents when I go to school are going, it's him.
Yeah.
All I go is, don't embarrass me, Dad. Don't embarrass me, Dad.
Do your kids go to the shows and you watch your dad play?
Mm-hmm.
You watch him perform?
Yeah.
Is that exciting for you?
Very.
Do you think your dad's cool or are you like fed up with him? You ever seen your father on stage?
Loads of times.
Loads of time. Isn't that great? All those kids worshiping him and stuff. Oh my
You
God.
wonder what that's all about, don't you?
And when your father comes home, what do you think? I mean,
He's Ozzy.
right? He's Ozzy.
I think he's normal, Dad.
You do think he's a normal dad?
Do you like your father's music?
Yes,
Yeah.
to a
Oh,
certain
okay.
extent.
To a certain extent.
What do you mean?
Well, it's not the type of thing that we listen to every single day of our life.
Yes, we do, though. That's the whole point.
It's not something we come home to and turn on our radio and listen to.
But does dad make you listen to his music?
Yes.
Yeah.
He does. What is that all about?
Do you
Ozzy?
want to hear my demos? Yes, Dad. Sure, Dad.
It's like, why can't...
Okay, who took who to Australia twice to see that dub band Silverchair?
Oh, my God.
She's got
are gonna
she's
get
got
it
a
as soon as
hard
you
on
get
for
home.
Silverchair.
I hate Silverchair.
You went to see Silverchair?
And they never turned up. She was pissed off.
I don't care about that.
Kids, it's great meeting you. It's nice to see that Ozzy. See, Ozzy's got a normal family.
Yes, amazingly so.
Yeah, Ozzy's the only one out of control in the family.
You know, this is a pretty good sitcom because Jack is so mature and everything.
Yeah.
And he's 11 years old, and Ozzy acts like a baby
I
all
really
day.
think Jack is with his dad today to watch his father.
How you doing, Jack?
Tired.
And Kelly, you,
You know,
too.
they used to be excited to come in here. They're so jaded now.
You know what happened? They used to come in here before they were stars and had their own
They
TV
got
show.
their own TV show.
Now they got their-
Which we owe you for that.
Well, no, you know, listen, I love the show. I mean, what can I say? The show is the real life of Ozzy and Sharon and the kids.
Wow.
Now, I was shocked to see how much Sharon has a role in dressing you, Ozzy.
Because Ozzy has no dress sense. First of all, everything has to be black, which is fine. 'cause
Why
he
does
looks
everything
good in
have to be black,
He
I'm
Ozzy?
so
doesn't like
clumsy.
colour.
No,
But
it doesn't. You could.
If I wear a white suit, I guarantee I walk out of this studio and a bird would crap on my shoulder.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
a black.
but why the hell would you want to wear a white
What do you?
suit?
But I'm just saying.
What are you, a coke dealer now?
No, I'm just
Do you want a
saying.
metal briefcase
No,
too?
what I'm just saying, you dickhead.
So-
You're going to suffer now.
But Ozzy, what about? I want to ask you something. What about taking matters into your own hands?
With like what?
Not asking Sharon to be
I-
involved.
What he did, listen, he did. And do you know what he did one day? This
What?
is just an example of one day. He comes to pick me up at my hairdresser's, and I was up before him, so he gets up, gets himself dressed. He comes in, and he's wearing my black Donna Karan nightie over his trousers.
Well, I don't know.
Hold on. He thinks it's a black t-shirt. It's a nightie. And my hairdresser goes, "Oh, Ozzy looks like Boy George today." He had a dress on, but it was a nightie over his trousers.
I see anything black goes in my wardrobe.
Were you pissed off at Bill Cosby? You write about this in your book. He
Well,
wrote
you
a
know,
letter.
you know what? As Sharon says, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Not unless you're. I mean, you can't even be a priest. They're all perverts, aren't they?
That's right. That's true.
Yeah, but if you're going to make some grandiose statement like that, you got to be prepared to have a squeaky clean. I think there's someone will find out and someone will bring it to the service.
That's right. Well,
What did Cosby say? Your guys
Cosby-
are talking, and we don't know.
Cosby wrote a letter to the Osbournes, to Ozzy.
After the show started?
After the show, Cosby didn't like what they were representing and how to raise children and all this. He was very critical of the Osbournes. And Ozzy said...
It was more on about the profanity was on it.
Right, profanity he didn't like.
He doesn't like profanity.
Yeah. Well, listen.
Fucking asshole. My wife put me in Betty Ford, and this is a God's honest truth, hoping that would teach me to drink like a gentleman. So I was like a pirate, man. I'd just bar dive and just throw everything down.
Like, it would have been nice if you had a few cocktails and could stop.
I go in there with a George Armani suit and everything. I got my tie and I'm ready for the go,
Right.
And so, direct me to the cocktail bar, and they all look at me as if I've just landed from Mars,
You go to Betty Ford and ask her for the cocktail bar.
That's what I did, man.
And when they told you there was...
That's the only way she could get me in the goddamn place.
Oh, she didn't tell you you'd have to be dry.
Yeah, right.
So I walk in.
And you thought it was just a place where you go to...
I got pockets full of Valiums, Quaaludes, Coke. And they go, empty your pockets. And I go, no, it's why? And I go, we got to itemize as Valiums, Quaaludes, cocaine, syringes,
Right.
bottle openers, crates of beer.
They must have thought you were insane. They probably didn't... Don't you know where you're going?
And I'm going, because the only way my wife could get me to go in was she says, look, they'll teach you to do it properly.
Right.
Because I thought I was doing it wrong because I kept waking up in weird and wild places.
Right. So you said, well, maybe there's a way...
And things.
Right. Well, maybe there's a way that I
just
can
don't
learn...
know how to drink.
Yeah, maybe I should drink like a gentleman. Just have a couple of beers or something like this.
That's what I went there for.
Yeah,
but
take
then,
one or two ludes.
Then they go like,
you can't have anything.
But it's like the doors are closed. And
you can't get
Betty
out.
Ford walks in, she's like, it's like, whoa.
Betty Ford actually shows up?
I was spoke to her on several occasions.
Really?
Well, I think I did.
You know why I love your husband? I remember when I interviewed him years ago, and we're talking about he went to rehab, and he went to Betty Ford or in the early days.
Yeah.
And then he said, I met with Betty Ford herself several times. I go, you met with Betty Ford? He goes, I think I did. I mean, the guy is endlessly funny.
Goodness.
So funny. One of the times he thought it was Betty Ford, it was Elizabeth Taylor.
Was it really?
My
Yeah.
goodness.
So he said to her, hey, hello,
Hello.
Mrs. First Lady,
Yes.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and it's Elizabeth Taylor. Okay.
Sharon, why not bring other women into the bed? Did you ever consider that?
Oh, no, I'm way, way too jealous. I would...
You would die.
Yeah.
You would die.
Do you know one time I was in Japan with her and I forgot I took my wife to Japan.
You forgot?
And I went out and got sauced up. I took a chick back to my room. She knocked the chick out but smashed me over there with a picture frame.
Is that true?
It's absolutely true.
Actually, let me understand this. You
I
were
forgot I took my wife. How dumb can that be?
you were so high, you didn't even know Sharon was with you.
I flew like 11 hours to Japan and went out.
And you were so high, you were going to cheat on. Sharon.
He always does when he goes to Japan.
He cheats.
Yeah.
He does, and that gets you crazy.
That's not true. That's not fair.
Not every time.
Not every time. You know,
far enough away.
You all right with that, Sharon? If Ozzy cheats occasionally?
No.
No, she's not.
No,
She's sitting there. No, you want to get.
If it was a relationship where he actually knew their name and like...
It took me this long to remember your name.
That's
Bill.
true.
Chance of that.
Shut up. He was calling me by his first wife's name for the first 5 years we were together.
Oh, my
Really?
Yes.
What was your first wife's name, Ozzy?
Thelma.
Thelma. And you were calling Sharon?
I was calling Theron.
That's what he used to do.
Ozzy, let me understand this because this is so wild to me. You'd go to Japan on tour. Sharon is with you. You get so high you forget Sharon's there. You go out, you pick up a Japanese girl, you bring her back to the room, and Sharon's there.
Yeah, and she knocked the Japanese girl out and smashed a picture frame over my head.
Now, I punched the Japanese girl. She didn't do anything wrong. She didn't know she was with a married man. Sharon.
Oh,
she
yes, everybody knows. Of course.
Everyone knows Ozzy's married.
Yes.
So you've never seen Ozzy bang another woman, Sharon, have you?
Have you ever walked in?
I've never caught him actually.
Really?
Yeah.
How does she find out that you're
I
cheating?
tell her.
You do?
Yeah.
I'm a dummy.
What do you mean? How do you do that?
I get such a guilty conscience, you know.
You tell Sharon you're cheating.
And then I end up getting beaten up by her.
Do you physically beat him?
No, I throw things at him.
You do?
Yeah.
All right. Let me hear a little more. I can't believe you tell her.
I'm honest.
He's an honest cheater.
Yeah.
I like that.
Ozzy deserves congratulations. Do you know this fact? In 2009, Ozzy got his driver's license after 19 attempts, 19 driver's tests.
Yeah. I mean, I used to be that stoned. There was two or three occasions.
You would go high to your driving test?
And you wonder why he
I
failed.
was doing one in England once, and I woke up, and the door was open, the car was parked, and there was a note, Mr. Osbourne, you failed, and I suggest you don't try and drive this vehicle any further.
You can't show up high to your driving test.
Well,
you know
I was
that.
nervous.
You're too funny.
You were nervous. It makes sense.
You had to take a couple to calm down. Huh?
Yeah, a couple of drinks and a few lines.
You passed out at a traffic light during one of your tests. You know, if you had only just videotaped all of your driving tests, it would be probably the most successful thing.
There was two occasions the guy didn't get in the fucking car with me.
The driving test guy has to be in the car with you in order to pass, and he wouldn't get in the car with you.
He says, I'm Mr.
I like to call you Mr. Osbourne.
Mr. Osbourne, I'm like fucking falling through the hedge, right?
I guess you didn't take it that seriously.
No.
So when you eventually passed, you showed up sober.
Yeah, I mean, that's what sobriety brought me. I'm fucking...
Driver's license.
Yeah.
Do you drive around now?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
And there's no problem?
Not very far.
Yeah.
I mean, I got my assistant Tony goes, Ozzy, you're going to be close to the wall.
Do you seem to know how to drive? I mean,
Yeah. I was driving illegally for years.
You were.
But do you drive both in the States and in England?
Yeah.
So you can figure out the right and the left every time you...
No.
Right and left is tough, even for the most experienced driver.
Sharon, don't you think sometimes it's like almost like the Munsters, your family life? Remember the TV show The Munsters?
Yes.
Where everybody's an oddball and yet you don't even realize it. What is it, Gary?
Funny that you mentioned that, Ozzy. I heard an interesting story about you. Is this true? Do you live next door to Pat Boone?
Yeah.
Do you throw dog dew into his yard?
Yeah, I got an old Pat Boone record sent to my house and happy birthday, Ozzy. Thanks for the fertilizer.
So you take all your dog crap and you just throw it into his yard?
I don't.
Yes,
She
he
does.
does. Look, he's trying
Sharon
to
does
get
it?
out of it now.
Sharon, you do it.
Would I ever do that?
I don't know.
Sharon, why would you
Would
do
I
that
ever
to Pat
pick up
Boone?
dog crap?
No. You're very sophisticated. No, you would never do
I get
that.
the kids to do it.
Yeah? Jack, does that go on at your house? Your mom throws the dog dew onto Pat Boone's lawn?
I don't know, I'm sleeping.
You do. You don't even pay
we
attention.
do. And also, my kids got his phone number. He's in the directory.
Right.
So my kids get the phone number, and my daughter calls, and he goes, Pat Boone's office. She goes, liar, it's your house.
Yeah, all fancy with his office. Oh, that's good.
I really feel Sharon does not listen to what Ozzy is saying.
You know why? She can't understand what I'm talking about.
No, she understands. Sharon, the shopping, it's too much. It's
What
too
is too
much.
much?
How many pairs of shoes do you own?
I think she turned into a millipede. She's got more shoes than...
Yeah, I mean, you don't have enough feet. I thought when you bought a $60,000 toilet, that was outrageous.
I didn't buy a $60,000 toilet. That was
That
all
scares me.
BS.
That thing scares me.
And you
It was free.
It's robotic.
But
It
then
was
you said you
free.
were going to buy more of them.
But I didn't.
All right. That's when I got upset.
I've got a regular one. I got past hers and it goes, good morning, Ozzy. Thing speaks to me. I'm trying to get my dick out to take a piss and it
take
might
it
bite
easy.
it off.
Howard, who would pay $60,000 for a toilet?
You!
I got it for free.
No, you would have bought more.
I mean, next to the shoe rack, there'd have been a toilet bowl rack. You know what happens is that I'm in the house, and my house is like a shopping mall, right?
Right.
The front door, kids are always running in and out. So it's a Sunday after morning, and the doorbell goes. It's one of them doorbells, don't stop. You ring and it goes ding dong, ding dong.
Fancy house, yes.
For 3 days it's going on. I'm like,
Right.
who the hell's at the door? And we have these tour vans come around the Beverly Hills.
They just take tours of your house?
Now, so listen, I'm thinking it's the kids for some kids to see my kids.
Right.
And so I'm sitting there and watching the television, and what's this now? I'm not doing about 18 kids. I just go in. Her room's upstairs on the left. And I go, this guy's really cool, man. And so they've got all these kids. They're looking around my house and he's really good. And I got a tourist.
He let a tour bus.
You let it.
I thought they were friends of my kids, you know.
Sharon, do you get upset when Ozzy lets tour buses of people into the house because they think it's for the kids? That's funny.
I'm standing there, my jockey shorts on, scratching my ass.
What a great story.
It's true.
Really?
This guy's going, he even wants us to go up and see his daughter in bed.
You took to the screen so naturally. I don't believe you had ever been in a movie before, and like a fish to water, you got in front of that camera and you delivered your lines and acted totally professional.
Line.
Your line. Yeah.
But let me tell you something. You're the one that should be commended after doing your radio show and doing all that filming all day long.
Yeah, it took a long time.
I don't know how you did it, man.
Ozzy was a real trip because Ozzy came in for one day to do this, movie. It was the beginning of the day. He goes, "I'm here for you. I'm here for the whole day. We'll knock out this scene, whatever you need, buddy." So I go, "Okay, Ozzy."
That was a good impression,
Yeah,
man.
it was great. It was great. So Ozzy comes on the set, and we do it. We run through it a little bit. We haven't even started shooting. We're just trying to block it out. And he goes, "Okay, are we done yet?" So I go, "No, Ozzy, this might take all day." And he goes, okay. They send him back to the trailer, and he's waiting there for like a half hour. We get him back out. We do it once, and then they have to do another setup. He goes, "I can't take it anymore. I have to leave. I have to get out of here."
No, you know why I'm not in the film business? I can't. It's like hurry up and wait, you know.
Yeah, but Ozzy, you had agreed at the beginning to spend the whole day.
It's like when you see it on the screen, you think, "Oh, that must be a piece of cake." But to do like one thing takes about 3 years, you know.
Yeah.
Hi.
Now, Ozzy,
how many times can you say hi? Can you say it with more panache? Hi.
Yeah.
Hey, Geezer, what is it like when you're front man? You guys finally are making it. You're big. The money's rolling in. The chicks, the drugs, the whole thing. And then the front man decides to leave. Didn't you want to kill Ozzy and say, "Fucking Ozzy, what are you doing?"
I was doing a good job doing that myself.
You were killing yourself. But seriously, Geezer, your whole life falls apart, right?
Yeah, but the whole band was falling apart at that. Is it back in the 70s? This was, yeah. And
what was making it fall apart? The drugs?
Yeah, it was mainly the drugs, but we were managing ourselves because we'd been ripped off horribly in the 70s, and we were trying to produce our own albums and trying to do everything ourselves, and it's just absolutely impossible.
Geezer said Ozzy would have died if Black Sabbath stayed together.
Absolutely.
But why? Why blame Black Sabbath for you?
Well, I'm not blaming Black Sabbath. It was like when we first did our first albums, it was great fun. We thought everybody was honest, and we found out we were getting ripped off. Then we went to a lawyer, and they were ripping us off. And I was drinking more and doing drugs more.
You talk about early Black Sabbath. It was such a beauty to the record business and making music. You guys went into a studio on your first album for 2 days and came out with that album.
Yeah.
First album, 2 days. No one does that now.
I wish we could do that now.
Yeah, but why can't you?
Because really, that first album was more like a live album with no audience because we'd been writing and we'd been mixing that in our set. Our gigs when we could get a gig.
Isn't that the beauty of youth? I mean, it's like you're a young guy.
Oh, you got everything to gain and nothing to lose.
Black Sabbath will be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This is a big moment for Ozzy, I guess. I get the feeling you really don't even care. I don't even know why you're going. You have said this Hall of Fame, they're a bunch of assholes.
Yeah.
You don't like them. You feel, to quote you said they are totally irrelevant. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
No, well, the thing is, at that point, I never whatever I feel about it, I don't have the right to say that because there's another 3 guys in Black Sabbath, you know. So.
Oh, that's what happened.
So I mean, I still have my beliefs that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame should be judged by the people that want to, the public.
Public.
Yeah.
Ozzy, why are you going if you don't want to be?
I am not Black Sabbath. The 4 of us were, so I don't have the right to
ruin their day.
Yeah,
ruin their day. And the thing is, they really, really deserve it.
Black Sabbath. It's a big deal. You're being inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Are you going to say something, Ozzy?
Yeah, fuck off.
What are you gonna, do you have a speech prepared?
No, I'm just going to, I don't know.
Do you want to practice here? What are you going to get up there and say? I mean, really, what are you going to say?
Practice.
Yeah. Have you told him to practice?
Yeah.
No.
But he doesn't care.
Practice.
Here we go. Yeah, you've told me to practice.
Practice.
What are you going to say when you get up there?
Thanks for coming.
Oh, God, no, you're not letting him in. Oh, bloody hell. Hello, darling. How you doing? Oh, yeah, all right, lovely, yeah.
Finally I get to meet you. It's great to meet you, man. It's been a lifetime ambition of mine. You guys made me start music, you know.
Yeah. I'll see you, babe.
God bless you, Paul.
Good to see you, babe.
See you later.
See you. All right, guys. Nice to see you. Okay. See you, man.
Ozzy, how was that?
Cool. See you later, Paul.
Did you meet Ozzy out in the hall?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
He was very excited about meeting you.
We finally met. Yeah.
Yes.
He's a cool guy.
Did you like Ozzy's music?
He's
Or?
great. Oh, yeah, he's great. I love it.
It's like my dream came true today. So, you know, hold on to your dreams, you know.
You and your mother were not on good terms, and you felt unloved.
Not so much in love, but I wanted to somewhat of, nobody ever, they never said to me, you know, son, I'm really proud of you.
No one ever was proud of you. And when you,
Well, they might have been. They just never said it.
Ozzy, I know your mother never said it, but I'm going to say it. I kind of look a little like your mother. I'm proud of you, and that's what I want to say.
Ozzy is everyone's hero. I mean, I don't know. Metal wouldn't be metal without Black Sabbath.
Probably my favorite band of all time.
Black Sabbath.
Yes, absolutely. We would do interviews in like 1989 in the early days, and we would say Black Sabbath, and people would laugh at us, you know, like hipsters, like Black Sabbath. Like we were like, no, Black Sabbath. Of course, now it's different. Ozzy's an institution, but back then it was like verboten to say Black Sabbath.
I know.
It's one of the greatest bands ever.
What is it about Ozzy that's so fucking great? Because I love Ozzy's voice.
It's his catalog. It's his it's, you know, it's Black Sabbath, like the greatest heavy metal band of all time, and then he finds this guy Randy Rhoads, who becomes my favorite. My son's name is Rhoads Morello. He's named after my firstborn son is named after Randy Rhoads. He was the poster that was on my wall when I was playing 8 hours a day.
I very much remember like being a teenager, kind of discovering my own like musical tastes, and my mom being very much against me listening to Ozzy.
Which makes it so cool, right? I mean, that's why you like it.
But I was also like, I feel like you need to listen to some of these lyrics because it's not all like darkness and
Yeah, like I'm going to eat a bat's head and all that kind of stuff.
I was like, there's a lot of like love songs and things that are a lot more melodic and sweet.
Meeting Ozzy is so like fucking crazy. It's a crazy feeling. And he gave me the collector set of the vinyls and he signed it. And I was like, this is the coolest shit ever. And he had just had an injury and he wasn't supposed to stand up during we performed together. And he stood up and I was like, let's fucking go. That was such a special moment for me. It meant the fucking world to me.
Ozzy was the guy who said, hey, come on tour with me, right? I'm going to introduce you guys to America and
Yes.
a bigger audience. I mean,
Yes.
we love Ozzy, right? I mean, this is a guy that
We
Metallica...
love Ozzy. Ozzy at that time was known to bring out bands that were on the verge of breaking. The time before he took us out, he took Motley Crue out. And that also elevated them to the level they eventually landed at.
And that says a lot for Ozzy's character, I have to say.
does.
He really gave us a chance and really, like,
Wow.
he just continued to support us.
He's been there, you know, he understands where it all comes from and how important it is to help the lineage, so to speak.
We're so proud and grateful for that opportunity with Ozzy and Sharon and the rest of that gang.
Ozzy, I worship you. You're a great man. You're a great artist. I've known you a long time.
Long time.
We've known each other a long
A long time.
I mean, what I found about Howard Stern, and I'm not just saying this, I mean, I found he's a really caring guy, you know. He's not all, it's a load of front, really. He's a really nice guy.
Ozzy, you're so much fun. One of the greatest heroes in rock and roll.
I love when you come on the show. You've got a great sense of humor, a great love of life.
I always love when you're here.
When I'm walking around in the world, in America, often go and say, hey, you were great on Howard. And he's more than a DJ, he's a friend of mine.
I love you. And I love when you come in here. I love Sharon. I love your whole family.
And I wish you all of the best. You know that.
Thank you.
Same to you.